So that brings us to the third of the three thoughts that turn the mind to Dharma. Actions. I've mentioned them already. I mentioned them in a very negative way, saying how it's actions that create suffering. So it is. Actions that are done motivated by greed, hatred, and delusion lead to suffering. Why? Does God punish you for them? No, because they never work. The more you burn up the world with your greed, the less there is for you. The more enemies you kill, the more rise up to take their place. So it's really that non-virtuous action, because that's what we call it, is a losing strategy. It never brings about happiness for you or for others. It brings just suffering. So considering that, one should instead use one's power, one's human power, to practice virtue, to cultivate wholesomeness. Which means what? Which means actions done out of a gentle heart rather than an aggressive heart. Actions done out of contentment and the wish to share rather than out of greed. And a view of life founded on an appreciation of causes and effects, rather than, as with ignorance, a refusal to acknowledge them. So actions done through overcoming ignorance, hatred and desire, we call them virtuous actions. And they lead to happiness. They produce happiness for us and happiness for others. We could say they're just basic humane qualities. Everybody's capable of them, Buddhist or not. They stem, of course, we would say, from at least a sense that other beings are uniquely valuable. We would say that is because every being possesses Buddha nature. But even if one doesn't put it that way, there's a sense in virtuous actions of going beyond that grabby, aggressive, paranoid, neurotic attitude to the world and of making space for others. One may not yet be liberated from one's delusions, but one has begun to change one's way of behaving in the world. And that, of course, will act as a springboard, a foundation for further spiritual change, for cultivating meditation and wisdom. So that for us is the importance of karma. It's how to create the wholesome patterns for the future. As for the present, well, what I've got now, the opportunities I've got, my positive factors, my negative factors, one way or another, they're generally the outcome of choices and actions I've made in the past. I should accept that and not blame others, not rage at the world for its injustice and unfairness to me. Like some demented Marlon Brando on the waterfront. I could have been a contender. You could have been, but you weren't. Now, change the future.